Today I'm going to talk about Ribcage Expansion. I put it in the Gemini AI, like my age and like when my bones will ossify and shit. I didn't really get a good what do you call it? I never got X-rays of my growth plates or nothing like that. But I'm more mainly focused on like things like the clavicles and not really clavicles, honestly, not really necessary, but mainly the ribcage, because I want like another like 6 inches of like bone around my ribcage, but because I have a 42-inch chest right now, and it's pretty much all bone. I don't really have a lot of muscle mass. I'm only like 145 right now. It's most likely 42 and a half, closer to that. But because I measured, it was like 42, like almost like 43 kind of. But I'm just gonna say 42 and a half, right? And that's pretty good for somebody who's 145, honestly. But despite this, right? What can we do to improve how can we improve lung capacity? How can we promote like rib cage flexibility? That's actually a big one. The more flexible it is, the more it can expand, right? To give it more of a dramatic effect, that golden era, old school look. You know what I mean? But so there's 3 exercises, right? You start off with the breathing squat. So you take like a weight you can do for 10 reps with the squat normally, because there's a lot of rest pauses in this variation. It's very tough, and I'm gonna do it 3 times a week. I'm probably gonna do like 185 for 20. Um, and then you just breathe. It's like 3 breaths in, or something, like you expand all the way, then you go down, then up, you exhale, then you do it again. It's like 20. I think it's like 20 total breaths. I have to look it up again. Whatever. I have to do that, and immediately following that, I'm gonna do like 4 sets of like 25. So 100 reps of breathing pullovers. So my hips are gonna dip off the bench, the old school way, because that's the way that like rib cage is fully flexed or stretched. So mostly in expand in that position. So dumbbell pullover. Once that's done, I'm gonna do something that literally nobody does anymore. I can't find anybody who does it besides the golden era bookworm, but he doesn't do it anymore. He's I think he's done with it. Um, hey, how you doing, Aiden? What's up? I hope all is well. Um, and the third exercise, right, is Rader pulls. So Rader pulls is a exercise that it puts a lot of like stretches out the ribcage pretty well, but it also puts a lot of pressure on the sternum, right? And basically, that kind of stretch right there is gonna actually lengthen the ribcage. It promotes a lot of it's gonna widen your sternum. So there's that. So your thorax is gonna get pretty laterally stretched. It's very tough. I've done it before. It's actually low-key pretty tough, but I'm gonna start doing it like 3 times a week. So this structural training is gonna be done 3 times a week, because it does actually improve the actual flexibility and like the actual expansion of the rib cage. The actual bone growth, true bone growth, it does, for me, back to what Gemini was saying, apparently I won't be fully ossified by the time I'm like 28 to 30. So I have till basically 30 to do all this. I'm 21 now, and so I have 9 years, guys. I have basically 9 years, 8 years, 8 full years basically to do this. So I'm gonna do this pretty much, and 1 year should be like 6 inches, bro. 1 year I'll gain like about half a foot of ribcage girth. So we'll do that. How am I? I'm actually doing pretty good. I don't have to really work this much this week, which is, I'm actually glad. I've been on the go for ever since like April 15th. Been pretty low-key tired. So I'm actually glad I'm taking this week off, and I'm gonna be hitting it hard next week and stuff. But today I'm gonna be training pretty good. So I'm not responding that much right now. I'm just getting out what's going on for the training. But yeah, so hold on, what am I doing? But back to what I was saying, right? So I probably want to stream for like 10-15 minutes, honestly. I'm not gonna stream for very long. Hey, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing? I hope all is well. But yeah, so, but Rader pulls are the most interesting one because they are made to be done after these two exercises, or at least one of them, but I'm gonna do them after both of these exercises. My legs are gonna get pretty big out of it, honestly. My legs are benefit a lot out of it. And more importantly, bro, my ribcage is gonna be sore. I've done it before, not this style, but I've done Rader pulls, and just by Rader pulls and hills, man, my ribcage is sore. So it's legit. I'm excited. And also the intercostals are gonna improve. Antonio said hello. How you doing, Antonio? Oh. Oh. A hawk is dead. I can't show this on camera, but there's a dead hawk in the road. That's sad. They're endangered species. I subbed. Oh, thank you so much, Antonio. I appreciate you. It means a lot. Helping me, you know, spread my words. Yeah, but I hope you're doing well and stuff. You know what I mean? It's a nice day out today. It was actually pretty sunny earlier, but I think the clouds covered it. Yeah, but so back to what I was saying, right? So for the breathing squat, that's gonna be the hardest exercise in my opinion, because it's gonna be very lung based. It's gonna require a lot of endurance. But I'm used to doing endurance and stuff in the past. Like I used to be a runner, but this time I really want to, you know, do. It's gonna be pretty tough, I know, but it's gonna help me a lot. I'm gonna do it. This routine I'm gonna do 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's gonna be very, very interesting. If I give it 1 year or 2 years, my chest size, like resting chest size or whatever, without too much muscle mass, but at the same body weight, I should be like 50-inch. I should have a 50-inch chest. That's a big difference. We're going from 42.5 to, you know, 42, basically, let's just say 42 to 50, so 8 inches. It's a pretty big difference if I give it 2 years of this style training. Because I'm still very young. The ribcage, for most men, doesn't ossify until 25. But since I started puberty like almost at 15 years old, I have like 4 years of extra growth. Because I started, I was a late bloomer, so I have more time to start. And that's the thing, guys. You want to like if you're an early bloomer and stuff, and you're already my age, chances are you may only gain like 4 to 5 inches, but that's still substantial. But you're not gonna gain like nothing too crazy. But you'll still gain some. So don't say it. I'm not saying it's useless for you. Even if you're what do you call it? Oh, sorry, there's a lot of cars going by. But if you're like already, you know, that's why I'm glad I'm a late bloomer, because like I have a bit more chance to grow and expand. So I've till I'm 30 years old, man. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. I might just do it for the next 8-9 years. Let's take a 70-inch chest. That'd be fucking awesome. Nah, but like, I want something pretty good. I want my chest to be at least 55 inches or over. That's my goal. But again, I'm only 145 pounds. So if I add like another 95 pounds to that golden era 240, you know, I should have well over 55-inch chest. I'm gonna be focusing a lot on my upper back, my chest, my lats. So these kind of things. My back deltoid is already, you know, 22, you know. So doing pretty good in that aspect. And the clavicles aren't good. They're the last one to fuse besides the ribcage. So I have till like I'm 30 because of my late puberty. So that's always cool. So yeah, guys, if you like want to find out like your growth windows and stuff, you have to remember when you exactly start puberty, because I remember like my voice changed overnight, and I developed like acne to like literally like April of what it's been. It's like, yeah, it was 2019. Yeah, 2019 April 15th. Yeah, that's exact. I remember because I just it kind of changed over, but I can tell like that's when like kisspeptin in my brain started to like release, and you know the cascade effect of hormones and stuff. So yeah, that's when exactly when I started development, and then you know things kind of went from there. But who knows, man? I want to keep. Who knows? It could be longer if I like extend it, if I keep like my nutrients high and stuff. That's for the average, bro. Some people like are extended because like they have good nutrition, but for me, I'm gonna be really heavy dosing K2 and vitamin D3 and magnesium. So we're gonna be, you know, listening to your diet's gonna be really important. The diet's gonna be very, very beneficial, especially the K2. It's gonna keep those growth plates open. So yeah, you don't really need a whole lot of K2, like 200 micrograms, 100, anything over 100 is pretty good. So like 100 plus daily, you should be good. You want to go the extra mile, I want to take like you know 1,000 micrograms or 2,000 micrograms a day, maximum 2,000. There's no need to take more. You can do that, but you know, just be a little wary of like what can happen. Just you know, it can be a little expensive, but if you can afford it, go for it. Yep. But yeah, so I'm gonna stream for another like 2 minutes. I mean, 3 minutes. So yeah. But guys, that's what I'm gonna be doing for now. I'm gonna be really focusing on this kind of training style. So, but I'm also gonna be really focusing on like a lot of upper back. My upper back grows really fast, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of T-bar rows, barbell rows with the wide grip. You know, my lats and stuff, you know, they're important too. But I just do the wide grip pull-ups with the weights, weighted wide grip pull-ups, underhand, you know, chin-ups, neutral grip pull-ups. You know, the chin-ups are good for the lower lats, but the lat thickness itself. But it's all good, man. I'm just gonna be really focusing on just lats, upper back, chest, so torso. I'm gonna be focusing on the torso a lot. Upper traps, you know, my upper traps could use some work. Just from the front, they look good from the rear, but from the front, not that they're like petite, but like, or like, they actually are kind of good, but like they could be better. You know what I mean? Same thing, you know, but I'm also 145 at like 5'9", so, you know, I gotta gain some weight. 27 3/4 inch waist, 22 inch bi-deltoid from like, you know, just a horizontal length. Pretty good stuff. And yeah, that's about it. But I go home, get me a nice shake. But yeah, I mean, that's all it is, guys, man. You just gotta stay consistent, have a good program. All the planning stuff, my planning stuff is already done. I just gotta execute the plan. You know, and then I'm gonna really, you know, show off some good gains and go from there. So, yeah, guys. Hey, how you doing, Mia? I hope all is well. We're at the end of the stream, actually, so, you know, I'm only gonna be around for another minute, but it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah. Got 3 likes on the stream, so not too bad today. We didn't do too bad. But alright, guys, we're at the end of the stream. Everyone, thanks for sticking by. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for liking my stream. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.